Chelsea Football Club's manager Mauricio Pochettino's experiment of Ben Chilwell on the left wing is not ending anytime soon. Ben Chilwell sitting with TalkSPORT parading how he can't wait to develop in his new position, and he's got certain segments of the Chelsea football fan base saying they will be happily Pochettino out if this continues. I'm not Pochettino out, but I am very frustrated. I'll explain to you why. Number 2, I said in the transfer window, only Chelsea can go to Nottingham Forest and only look at Brendan Johnson. But it looks like they looked at Iwani. And you know what? Whilst I like Iwani, there's a reason the deal didn't happen. Chelsea also on deadline day looked at Antonio Nusa. You're going to ask me, who's that? I didn't know who he was either until I researched. The reason it didn't happen was because Gallagher and Maatsen didn't leave. Guys, at this moment in time, I think we are hoarding talent. I will break this down because Nusa, as good as he is another player that Chelsea, in my opinion, do not need, especially when they went and acquired Cole Palmer. And finally, Mykhailo Mudryk. Mykhailo Mudryk is an individual that is getting picked on by the media, by the Chelsea fan base, and it's not fair. I'm going to defend him. The Athletic have released an article defending him, and I actually love it. And we're going to talk about it, and I'm going to tell you why this is so unfair on the individual. He's hardly been given an opportunity, yet he is a victim of just an inflated price set on his head top that no one is letting go. Let's get into today's video. You will enjoy it. You loved the start. Welcome to the Kavkas View, bratuchi. Bratuchi is a simple word for brother, broski, fam, whatever you want to do it in my language, in my native tongue. And it's very simple. Every single one of you always asks, what does bratuchi mean? So now I'm going to start explaining it to you guys. But welcome, guys. Guys, all I need from you guys before the video starts is a simple like button. It goes to 1,000 likes because it's the simplest way you can help. It's free of charge. It's like paying your rent. And finally, subscribe. If you're new, please subscribe. I want to get 50 new subscribers on this video. So if you do it, I will see. Or you can just put it in the comment below that you're new to the channel and welcome to the team. So let's get on with the video. So yesterday evening, I put out a little quote tweet on TalkSPORT's interview with Ben Chilwell. And I said, if anybody is against Mauricio Pochettino after this experiment continues of Ben Chilwell on the left wing and says Pochettino out, I'm not going to hold it against them. You cannot spend £150 million on wingers and then actively pursue in developing a 27, 28-year-old left back to be a left winger. What happened and why am I in uproar? And why is the fan base in uproar? Because there was a massive reaction from the fan base about this. And it is big. Ben Chilwell was sitting there talking to TalkSPORT and he basically said, I need to learn how to shoot instead of pass. Mauricio has given me a new role. I need to develop in that role. And the way he's talking is like, this isn't a short-term fix. This is him going forward. Guys, this is unacceptable. Ben Chilwell is not a left winger. I know people are going to try to use the case of Gareth Bale was a left back, he became a left winger. Gareth Bale is 50 times the player Ben Chilwell ever was. Gareth Bale's ability, technically, Gareth Bale's explosiveness, Gareth Bale's shooting ability, Gareth Bale's all-round persona was so much better than Ben Chilwell, it's ridiculous. And another thing, we have invested an ample amount of money into wingers. We have Raheem Sterling, we have Noni Madueke, we've got Cole Palmer, we have got Mykhailo Mudryk. These are the high worth players in the sense that we have invested good money into these players. How on earth is Chelsea Football Club going to justify not giving those players the opportunity in their rightful positions, developing a left winger in from the left back position? Pochettino needs to stop this experiment. It doesn't work. We are attacking like we are an inferior team. Remember how Pulis used to play 4 centre-backs? We're literally playing 8 defenders. 8 defensive-minded players. It doesn't work. It's not working. We need additional players and we will reap the reward from attackers being on the pitch. That's my personal opinion. This is nothing against Ben Chilwell. I actually think Ben Chilwell's a decent player. I call him Basic Ben because he does the basics to a very good stand. He is safe pair of hands. He can play left back. Do I think Maatsen's better than him at left back? Yes, I do. But do I think Ben Chilwell is hopeless? No, I don't. So do not tell me I've got a Ben Chilwell agenda. I don't. I've got stop playing Ben Chilwell out of position agenda. Speaking of playing Ben Chilwell out of position and the implications of that, is Mikhailo Mudryk. Mikhailo Mudryk has absolutely become a talking point among the Chelsea fan base. You've got people saying, Mikhailo Mudryk isn't even a Premier League footballer. He's not even a Championship player. He's not good enough. How do you know this? You never watched the Ukrainian league. I'm telling you this right now. None of you ever said, you know what, today I'm going to watch Dimitrov Kharkiv against Shakhtar Donetsk. None of you said that on any weekend. None of you ever woke up in the morning and said, you know what, I am going to turn on Ukrainsky Sport TV and I'm going to watch the game. No chance any of you ever said any. Okay, so you don't know what it was like in Shakhtar. You've watched some compilations, you've watched some Champions League games, and maybe you came to an opinion. You can't judge him based on the time at Chelsea, because one thing we've seen from Mikhailo Mudryk at Chelsea is inconsistency. We saw very good cameo against Liverpool, we saw a good cameo against Brighton. Other than that, the kid's hardly played. The kid's got 17 games under his belt, and I'm telling you now, they accumulate to around about 600 minutes. How can anyone judge an individual of 600 minutes of football, where he is coming off the bench, where he is expected to change the game against deep blocks? Mikhailo Mudryk is not a player that plays against deep blocks. He's a player that you start from the beginning, where the team still has kind of belief of trying to urge to attack, and you hit them on a counter-attack. As of this moment, the Athletic have written that the kid's literally a hard worker. The kid is getting told, stop your gym work. You're doing too much. You're trying too much. The seniors are telling him he's rushing. He's trying to force it too much. And that happens when you're trying to live up to an expectation. And the expectation at this moment in time is not realistic. He is 20 or 21 years old. Let him develop. Give him time. And what else doesn't help is that Chelsea, apparently, in the transfer window, were trying to get another left winger. So Antonio Nusa is an individual that plays for Club Brugge, and Chelsea were trying to go acquire his services on deadline. And if Ian Maatsen or Conor Gallagher left, according to Nazir Kinsella, he would have been coming in. That is beyond crazy. You already have 4 wingers in the first team squad. You made sure of that by acquiring Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer was acquired. Raheem Sterling is there for the experience. I always forget Christopher Nkunku because he's basically not a Chelsea player because he's been injured. He's never played a competitive game for us. Like, you got Noni Madueke and Mikhailo Mudryk. You do not need another prospect to come in. This kid, Antonio Nusa, looks very good. He looks very, very complete. Looks very neat and tidy. But he's not ready. He's a kid, I think, of 18, 19 years old, if I'm not mistaken, and he's very explosive, loves to come in on his right foot. You can really tell from his compilation, but other than that, we haven't seen anything of it. So you're about to go and spend £23 million on him, potentially, for what? To bring a 5th winger into the team, and yet you're still going to pursue an option of Ben Chilwell on the left wing. It just doesn't make sense. Like, it doesn't make sense. I really want football to return because I feel like at the moment we've got a really grey cloud over our club because the results aren't going in our way. The news that's coming out is fairly negative. And I have to be here defending players like Mikhailo Mudryk, defending Pochettino in the sense that results will be better. So we need to give him time. But I don't agree with everything he does. So I'm not going to be here being a yes man. And at the same time, we're hearing stuff that's just, it doesn't add up. Something I am going to be complimentary of the club for is the rumours came out from the Athletic that Chelsea spoke to Nottingham Forest about Tonyi Iwani. I think I butchered his name, but Iwani is a 26-year-old striker, Nigerian international, plays for Nottingham Forest. I really like this player. Whilst I don't think Iwani at this moment in time is Chelsea quality of past yesteryear, I think he's as good as Jackson at finishing, and I don't know whether he's better than Broja because I don't remember what Broja's like at this moment in time. It's been such a while. But for me, it was really nice and refreshing to hear that we were actually linked with an individual that's 26 years old. Like, we don't tend to buy experience anymore. And I think in the coming years, we will need to go and secure some experience. So the fact that Chelsea spoke to Nottingham Forest about Iwani was refreshing. And Nottingham Forest said, look, it's just too late in the window. Like, it's 48 hours before the deadline closes. So sorry, but no, not for sale. So what I think Chelsea should do now is Chelsea should lay the foundations down this season for a good, solid team. We need to make top 4. We need to have a good cup run, hopefully compete in one of the cups to the latter stages, and next season have an Arsenal type window. And when I say Arsenal type window, I mean a big name like Declan Rice, a big name like Kai Havertz, and a big name like Tim. 3 players that are coming in to improve your first team and make you ready to compete properly. And whilst maybe the names Arsenal got in the sense of Rice, Havertz and Timber aren't the most attractive names, are like, oh my god, this is it. I think what Arsenal fans must be very proud of is their team had a plan. They knew what they were going to do, and they were very forceful in doing it. They got it done ASAP. And what I liked about Chelsea was we did the selling that way this year. We didn't do the buy-in. Hopefully next year, where we aren't forced to sell quickly, we do the buy-in and then we get rid of players. So guys, I'm trying to be positive, but it's going to be a long international break. I don't think there's going to be a video tomorrow. But I am going to be keen to see England versus Ukraine purely for Mikhailo Mudryk. I want to see what Mudryk looks like. Kind of want him to slap England, I'm not going to lie to you, purely just to shut a lot of people up that are criticizing him. I hope Maguire plays, and I hope, like, none of the Chelsea boys are playing, so in there, I hope England gets slapped. But it is what it is. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Let me know your thoughts. Peace out. I'm out. Make sure you hit the like button and share this video around to your friends, because that's the best way you guys can support me. Peace out. I'm out. Bye.